Thank Kay. At last. Hey, help! Help!
What's going on?
Sea creatures. Swarmed over the piers. I hid here, but these walls won't stand up to them. Please help me.
I'm looking for Captain Sanders. Is he here in the port? Did the creatures get him?
I saw Sanders. Help me. I'll tell you what I know.
Be out of your head to do this to a man. The monsters sure didn't leave behind much. I've dealt with the creatures. Now, tell me about Sanders.
He got back several hours ago. Those things, they came because of him.
This Sanders, what kind of man is he?
Newcomer. Seemed like a decent guy. Okay, Captain. Treated his crew well.
I gotta find Sanders. Where is he?
Saw him get away. Just after the shooting. Ran for the pier. Didn't see where he went after that.
Did you see anyone else from the expedition?
No. Only Sanders. I'd bet my life no one else made it back. The mayor's cursed these days.
They emptied every chamber. Still stinks of burnt powder. Shot dead. Point blank. They were in high spirits, and plenty of them were drinking. This would be a weird artifact in any collection. Cape Cod. There were marks here, but they've been erased.
To the mayor with you! Die! Die! No more drink. All we've seen. And you telling me we ain't allowed rum? You can't take me! Eat this!
Let's get a handle on what actually happened here.
No more drink. All we've seen. And you telling me we ain't allowed... To the mayor with you! Die! You can't take me! Eat this!
For whatever reason, the crew went berserk. Only one man got away.
The mayor's cursed these days.
patient or visitor? Hold on, hold on. Let Dr. Grant get...
A visitor. Though you are a bit pale, you don't have a headache, do you?
My head? No complaints, I'm good.
Well, you're the exception these days. We're simply overflowing with patients.
I'm looking for a man. Just checked in. Cut up pretty bad.
I've got a trauma unit full of patients like that, sir.
Okay, this might ring a bell. My guy has a deep axe wound in his shoulder.
Sir, I really don't have time for rifling through paperwork, but you're welcome to take a look at our archives if it means that much to you.
It looks like hard work in these conditions. You need a hand?
Well, yes, actually. But it may result in close contact with the wiles. Is that going to be a problem?
I'm prepared to face men and beasts alike. Count me in.
Ah, I can see it in your eyes. Well, I have taken it upon myself to study the wild beasts, but need more data to confirm two of my hypotheses. One concerns the multi-handed creatures, and the other the vomiting humanoids.
What have you found out about the multi-handed beasts?
One of my patients saw them in his nightmares before the flood. I can't visit him, but he must know something. Here's his address.
Those hideous wretches seem almost human. But what could turn one into such a monstrosity?
Jim Bells, a patient of mine, was admitted to hospital with symptoms resembling cholera, but he turned into one of those things. Incredible. Here's the address. Find out what happened.
Bye.
Be safe. We don't have any free beds left.
to you, mister?
Pete, explosion, fishing with dynamite. Hurts talking.
Fishing with dynamite, huh? You sure it wasn't from a fight in port? Maybe on a ship?
I'm sure. Oh, please, leave.
Bye.
Oh, my stomach. I ain't never eaten leeches ever again, no sir.
Yeesh. What happened to your shoulder?
Some psycho in a bar brawl. Gun came out, he clipped me good in the shoulder. Something I can help you with?
I'm just looking for someone. Captain Sanders.
Captain Sanders? Never heard of him. I'm Joseph Willow. You should probably look somewhere else.
That's funny. The records say you were admitted for an axe wound, just like a certain Captain Sanders got in the port massacre. Spill.
Oh, to the depths with it. Who sent you?
I'm asking the questions here, pal.
Yeah, well, first tell me who you are.
Charles Reed, Private Eye. Throgmorton wants to know what happened to his lost expedition.
So Throgmorton came looking at last. I knew someone like you would find me sooner or later.
I think it'd be an understatement to say your expedition met with disaster.
There are things that should never be found, Mr. Reed. I only wish I'd known that then. They'd still be alive. The scientists, my crew. None of them deserved what happened to them.
Did you know Albert Throgmorton made it to shore?
Albert survived? Is he here?
No. He didn't make it. He's dead as the rest. Murdered in the port. But what about the others?
I don't know. My crew left them down there, underwater. I ordered a rescue attempt, but they threatened mutiny.
You've got a good reason for leaving the expedition to die, right?
You weren't there. Day after day on that ship, it was a horror, Mr. Reed. We saw things.
Tell me what happened on the last dive.
We had a system. The divers go down, then come up at a prearranged time. But not one surfaced that day. In the end, I sent a team to check. They returned with Albert, but all were half mad with fear.
I was on the Titania before I came here. It seems you were all hitting the bottle pretty hard. Why?
To stop them from rioting. To save them from despair. After those dives, anyone would turn to drink.
So, the diving did a number on your crew. But what happened in the port?
I don't know. They were calm until we docked, and then they lost it. And many good men lost their lives.
What were you looking for underwater?
The cause of all this. The stones, the flood, the monsters. The scientists found cracks on the seabed. They were working on some theory of how it connected to the madness.
The ocean floor splits open and that means hysteria on land. Really?
We spent days over the cracks. We heard things. Saw things looking back at us.
Could you take me out to where the last dive took place?
No. You can't follow them, Mr. Reed. It's suicide. Worse than suicide.
I'm a Navy diver, Captain. And with all due respect, I'm not afraid of boogeymen.
I don't care. I'm not taking you there. And besides, you'll never follow them without proper equipment.
Do you know where I can get a good diving suit?
My men got theirs from a local factory. If you're that bullheaded, I'll write down the address.
Where's the logbook from the Titania?
Well, I had it with me, but I was all out of it by the time I got here. I remember the surgery ward. When I came round, my things were gone.
Get better soon. don't think he's going to tell me much about those monsters. Seems after visiting Dr. Grant, the shop owner preferred to self-medicate. Those bloodstains would definitely attract wild beasts. Every kid's childhood dream. I wanted a toy like that too once. The slime stinks even worse than the bodies. Weeks have passed since this food was cooked. The slime stinks even worse than the bodies.
John, you... what is happening to me?
No matter how bad I feel, I have to go to work. Why can't you understand that?
Time to figure this out.
No matter how bad I feel, I have to go to work.
Miss! John, you... what is happening to me?
The beast crawled from the sunken basement at night and infected the family. After a short incubation period, they turned into monsters too. I checked the house of the diseased man, Bells. His family has turned into those creatures too.
Huh. Fascinating. Did you discover the source of the contamination?
A creature emerged from their sunken basement and transformed them. I think its vomit is contagious.
If so, we must quarantine it. Those Lethian revenants are a huge threat. This city could not survive an epidemic like that.
What did you call them?
Lethian revenants. Oh, you may thank the university professor for the beast's unwieldy names.
I called into the shop of your patient. Unfortunately, he committed suicide.
Oh, I wish I could say I was surprised. Sorry for wasting your time.
It wasn't entirely a waste. I found some evidence that sheds light on the origin of those creatures.
For what it's worth, Professor Westerbrook calls them Stygian harvesters. But what is it you found?
Your patient's diary. His dreams became too real, too confronting. He tried to stay awake using stimulants, but Those Stygians appeared near him when he slept, as if they were leaking from his nightmares.
A psychic phenomenon or manifestation. How unnerving. I'm afraid he's not the only one suffering from such dreams.
I found your studies rather interesting, Dr. Grant. Got more places to search?
What dedication. Thank you. Your findings have been a rich resource for the scientific cause. I've got 2 more places for you. More dangerous, one with huge monstrosities, but I'll prepare a comparable reward.
Just what am I getting myself into?
One of Oakmont's largest stores was closed after the flood hit. A looter tried to break in, but his thievery was, shall we say, interrupted. He was set upon by a huge wild beast and hardly made it out. The question is, with the building locked up tight, how did that creature get in?
What about the place with more manageable creatures?
Well, there's a restaurant here with a bad reputation, not for its food, but for women disappearing. The police found nothing. I treated the partner of one missing girl. He arrived here severely injured and told me about the jumping maws.
He was at the restaurant too, I suppose.
Indeed. And what's curious is the place is still open. Please investigate and find out how that's possible.
Bye. This wouldn't even hold air for a minute. I'm not trusting my life to a rusty suit.